Hi, good morning everyone. Today we will discuss about second type of expression. So that is product of sum. Sum of product we already discussed in our last video. In our last video we discussed about like sum of product. If you have two input, three input is there, so product of these input will be added. Now we go with the opposite. So opposite to sum of product is your product of sum. That means there we consider a 0 as complement, here we consider a 1 as complement. Okay, so how you will go? If you have like a and b, two term is there, that means product is there, but where is the sum? Sum will be, that means something is missing here and something is missing here, so that means here b is missing, so we consider in that place as 0. But in sum of product we consider as missing term as 1. In place of missing term we multiply with 1, but when we are in the form of product of sum, that means we are going to add 0, because product of term and complement is equal to 0. So we have to go according to that. So actual expression should not be changed like that. Here also e is missing, so we consider as b plus 0 because a term is missing. In place of 0 we replace with our a term. So how it works actually, if we have two inputs like a b 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 and my output is like that, so in this case we consider as a max term. So what is a max term? In product of sum expression, a sum term of n variables in which each of the n variables appear once in either its complement or uncomplement form is known as max term. So here we consider about our 0. In the sum of product we bother about the 1. Okay, so if input will be seen, there will be no change in the input. Like if it is 0 0 1 2 and 3, and suppose if it this is like my output, I'm not using any operator here, this is the output, general criteria is there. So according to that, what will be my max term? So wherever 0 is there, we consider there as max term. One term we don't consider as the max term. Okay, so here will be two column again, max term and designation. Remember one thing, max term will be considered as your capital M and min term will be denoted as small m. Okay, so here max term is related with 0 and min term related with 1. So this you have to very careful about that. So if this is a 0, that means this is my two only max terms are there. So we don't consider 1. 1 is considered in the sum of product. Here we consider 0. So here in this case, so 0 will be considered as my a term and 1 will be considered as my b complement. So that will be added. That is a plus b complement. Here a and b both will be there and my output is 0. That means this is my max term. So that is a plus b. So what is the designation of this max term? Max term, this is m1 and this is m3. So we denote with the capital M. So this is the max term designation and binary number is 3 and output. So what will be the output here? So output will be a plus b complement. So that is my max terms and this is the designation. Okay, so next is what is the cardinal form of the max term? So now I have to go with the cardinal form. Cardinal form. Before writing the cardinal form of max term expression, first I will write what will be my expression in this case. Cardinal form of max term expression. So according to that, my expression will be only, if I go with expression only, a plus b complement multiply with a plus b, that is the product of sum. Actually you have to multiply here, but in the sum of product we add. Here we multiply, that means opposite to that, both are opposite to each other. Okay, but now I have to write the cardinal form. Cardinal form means apply with the function This is a syntax, this is the variable. What are the variable you are using means what are the inputs you are using in your table. So this pi sign represent as you are going to find the max term designation. So max term designation. So max term designation, that means in your sum of product you write it here summation sign and you will write min term designation. So how you will write for the above? I am using here only two variables. So what I write, f, a, b, these are my two inputs. This is pi, and wherever my, so what are the position of the binary numbers here? Where max term identified, so that is only 1 and 3. Okay, so pi denotes the product. Here pi denote one, not 180 degree. Here pi means you are going to multiply the terms. Okay, sum means you are going to add the terms. So this is the cardinal form. This is my expression is written. Now next is how to convert the expression into canonical POS expression. Like in sum of expression, you have to include all the inputs. Same in here. In product of expression, you have to include all the inputs. So now how to convert any expression? Conversion to canonical, that is canonical POS expression. Proper, how can you convert any expression into proper POS expression? So I have some example regarding this. If I have a, like same this one, A and B. So I want to convert into POS, canonical POS expression. All input should be there and sum of input will be multiplied. Okay, so you have to convert this expression into canonical POS expression. First you will think, which variable is missing here? B. Here is any missing input here? A is missing. So wherever missing term is there, you mark it plus 0. So something is missing, that is added with this. Okay, so now you convert 0 into missing variable. So we already know that if you multiply any variable with the complement of this according to Boolean algebra, that will be 0. So that means this 0 converted into missing variable b into b complement. Okay, and this 0 converted into the missing variable a into a complement plus b. Now next is I have to open this. I have to apply distributive law. That is my distributive law, both Boolean algebraic law. Like first open a plus b dot a plus b complement, this dot, and now we open this also. So how we will open this one? First a plus b. So if you have confusion with this, so what you can do, you can write opposite to that. So if I have a confusion like applying the distributive property, so I can write this way easily. So this way I can easily apply my property, apply the distributive law. So already in the two terms I apply the distributive law, a plus b and a plus b complement. Now b plus a, look at this. Here we go with b plus a first, then dot, then b plus a complement. So that will be b plus a complement. If you reverse the term, so that will be more easier to find to apply the distributive law. If you keep as it is, so maybe there is a chance of mistake also. So here, so all input is included with the sum of the inputs are going to be multiplied. So that is the product of the sum. So I can take one more example. If I have this a dot b plus c, so this is a dot sign between that in those two expressions. So if I look at this here, two inputs are missing, bc, addition of bc, and here a is missing. So if here there are two inputs is missing, that is my second term to convert into the canonical POS form. So if my two missing term is there, so I add 0 two times here, and if I have only one input is missing, so in place of missing input I first mark it 0. Like in SOP we mark it 1, here we mark it 0. Now we convert this into the missing variable like B complement, C and C complement. Then here will be converted to the missing variable A complement plus B and B plus C. Now what you will do next? First, one by one you apply the distributive law. So here you can apply the distributive law first. If I apply the distributive law, this become A plus B dot then A plus B complement. Okay, then plus C and C complement. Here B plus C is there. If you have confusion is there, you can shift it. So it will be more easier to you open, like B plus C it here and A into A complement. So that will be more easier to open with that. So here when you are going to open, so there is a two terms are there. So how you will open there? Because when you apply it here, A plus B complement. Now there is a one more term is there. So what you will do? First you go with A plus B with this term, C and C complement. Then you go with A plus B with plus C and C complement. So one by one you go with both the term with the distributive property here, like A plus B plus C complement, A plus B plus C first, then dot A plus B plus C complement, then A plus B complement will go with this, like again dot A plus B complement plus C dot A plus B complement plus C complement. Here totally this is opened by distributive property. Now we go open with this. First B plus C plus A, B plus C plus A and B plus C plus A complement, B plus C plus A complement. Okay, if any is repeated it here, you can write it once, like A plus B plus C. If any more is repeated, no, I think no one is repeated. So this will be my answer. So A plus B plus C complement, then A plus B complement plus C, then A plus B complement plus C complement, then B plus C plus A complements. So that means my all possible input, 3 inputs is there in each every term, and there is a sum of each input you are going to multiply with each other. If you have confusion here, you can directly open. Instead of writing this step, you can directly go with this, like first A plus B plus C, then A plus B plus C complement, then further A plus B complement, then first you co-accompany with A plus B, then C complement, then A plus B complement, then C complement, both with B complement. Here you can also open like this. Thank you.